Hello YouTube. I kinda just out of nowhere decided to make a video, as is normally the case when I make a video. And in this one I decided to talk about something that just randomly came to mind, and that is, it's probably the kind of topic that a lot of people just don't really care about, but comparing web browsers, large language models, things like that, such as, how the modern web browser was essentially made by Google because they thought of it first. Google Chrome uses a specific engine that a lot of modern web browsers kind of copied and then kind of customized in their own way. I mean, Google is okay with that because it was like an open sourced web browser engine that they decided to share with everybody back in, I believe it was 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, modern web browsers have been made since then, a good number of them actually, including really well-known ones such as Microsoft Edge, which I actually tend to prefer over Chrome because there's a certain customized feature it has, such as like saving data without needing to sign in, which I kind of like, mostly for convenience. Like, I mean, yeah, it's not a big deal to have to sign in just to like have your data saved on the web browser, but like, and I get that Microsoft Edge technically copied Google Chrome style. They're onto large language models now. Like, in my opinion, Gemini is the best large language model in my own personal experience, but then again, it kind of depends on what you're looking for in a large language model. Like, I noticed Copilot seems to offer very summarized responses, as do other large language models such as Perplexity, and they probably don't have anywhere near the context window size in comparison to Google Gemini. As a matter of fact, Google Gemini is known for having one of the biggest context window sizes of them all, so it can handle more information at one time. It tends to remember the past conversations as well as like just go more in depth per response, and it also uses less power and water per response as well, so it's kind of efficient and kind of similar to the web browser. Google invented the architecture that modern large language models depend on, a good number of them, in fact. And, it kind of depends on what you're looking for as well. Like Grok, for example, tends to take more of an exclusively evidence-based approach to its answers. I mean, Google will still give you an answer, but it will mention, like, okay, this is according to galactic lore if you're asking those type of questions. Which I have been, actually. I've been asking about extraterrestrials. And, let's see what else. Oh, ChatGPT. I mean, that one was one of the first modern large language models. It still relies on the architecture that Google invented, but it's kind of similar to Copilot. In my opinion, ChatGPT is kind of somewhere in between Copilot and Gemini in terms of, like, the depth of the response. It seems to be more summarized in comparison to Gemini, but a little bit more in-depth in comparison to Copilot. It really kind of depends on what exactly you're looking for in terms of the answers. Do you want a more conversational AI, or do you want a more in-depth, data-centric response? Or do you want a more evidence-based approach exclusively, like with Grok, or are you looking for coding-related specific things? Well, the Claude by Anthropic is known to be good at that. And, yeah, like, I'm just giving my 2 cents about my own personal opinion about these things, and call me crazy, but I think Microsoft Edge, the web browser, which copied Google's open-sourced web browsing engine, but then customized it, and because it saves data without signing in, that's just like an extra slightly more convenient thing to it. And because of that, I kind of like it better. And then for large language models, I tend to just go with the one that thought of it first, and also the more in-depth, most efficiently used one, which would be the Gemini, Google Gemini. But that's just my own personal opinion. I mean, it really depends on what exactly you're looking for both of these things, so they're all unique in their own way. But anyways, that's just my random opinion on the internet. It's probably not worth a horse's ass. But if you watch this entire 5-minute video, Thank you. Have a good day.